Hi Rosebuds, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another DIY video. So much literally has changed within the last week. Oh my god, airplane. So like I was saying, literally so much has changed within the past week, and that's because of this coronavirus. The whole world is basically on lockdown and everyone is basically quarantined. There's like no food in the grocery stores, all toilet paper's gone, like pretty much everyone is at home right now. So I thought it'd be a good day to drop a DIY video. I've literally just been staying at home, but because I do social media, I have to put a full face of makeup on like every day, even though I'm not even going anywhere. Anyways, that's besides the point. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you guys how to make these really cute aesthetic shoes. If you guys are very familiar with these shoes, they're obviously DIYs off of Dolls Kill, and I'm totally not trying to throw shade at them or anything for copying their shoes. I love Dolls Kill and they're like one of my favorite places to shop at. But however, every time I try to find these heels, they're always sold out. So that is the main reason why I wanted to recreate their heels, because a girl just wants a pair. But surprisingly, like when I come out with this video, it's like already in stock. So it's a little too late to buy them now. They aren't super affordable either. So if you guys are trying to find a cheaper option and would like to DIY your own, then this video is perfect for you. Like for example, if you want to make these heels but in green, it's not like you could really find them very easily, so it would be easier to just DIY them. DIY Princess is here to save your life if you're trying to find some really cool aesthetic shoes. We have a lot of tutorials. We got 3 of them in one. Okay, I really need to silence my phone whenever I do intros. So let's get started. Alright, so we're going to start with the cheapest and the easiest one to make, which are these fluffy heels. For this, you'll need a feather boa, a paintbrush, leather paints, E6000 glue, 220 grit sandpaper. I accidentally shot the 120 grit in this clip, so I'm sorry about that. And your heels. I got these from Poshmark for only $20. The first thing you want to do is remove the outer layer on the heels. So I'm using my 220 grit sandpaper to remove the shine. Here's a side-by-side comparison of the heels. The left is the one that is brand new and the right side is the one I just did. Next, you want to paint over your heels. I'm using the Angelus leather paint and this is in the color lilac. I had an order when painting my heels because I found it was easier that way since I was holding them while I was painting them. So I started off with the inside of the heel first, then I worked my way to the side and then moved to the front of the shoe. Then I did the toe and the strap, and lastly I did the back of the heel. I let each layer dry for about 30 minutes up to an hour, and I did a total of 3 layers. As you can see, I accidentally got some lilac paint on the black part of the heels, so to fix that I just used a thin brush and black Angelus leather paint to cover it up. Sorry, I also didn't realize that this whole clip is totally out of focus, so I very much apologize for that. Once I was happy with the paint job, I covered it with 1 coat of satin acrylic finisher, which is also from Angelus. By the way, you guys, these are literally my new favorite paints. I am so sorry if you guys start seeing a bunch of tutorials with them. I just love them so much. Alright, so now to attach the feather boa, I just added a drop of E6000 glue to one side of the toe strap, and then I pressed one end of the feather boa onto it. Once that was dry, I wrapped the boa over and under the toe strap and secured the other end with some glue. Obviously, the tighter and more boa you use, the fluffier it will get, so it's totally up to you how fluffy you want your heels to be. But remember kids, the fluffier you want, the more boa you're gonna have to buy. Glue that other end down, repeat this to the other heel, and you are done! These were by far the easiest, and I loved how they turned out. The heels on Dolls Kill go for about $78, but I think there's a sale going on right now, so they're about $60 if I'm correct. But these heels only cost me $33 to make. Next up, we have these butterfly lace-up heels, and for these you need scissors, an X-Acto knife, butterfly decals, E6000 glue, some paint. I am using spray paint for this one, masking tape, heels, which I got off of Poshmark for $40, and some white paint. I only have this primer, so I'm using it because I'm too lazy to buy brand new white paint. Okay, so first you have to unlace these straps, and since I'm using spray paint for this, I had to mask out all the black areas. I used my X-Acto knife to help mask out what I didn't want spray painted. I decided to use spray paint for this tutorial because I wanted to show you guys how you can use different types of paint to achieve each look. So yes, I used white primer paint that I use for my walls because I already had it and I didn't want to buy brand new paint just for these shoes, you know. After a couple coats of white paint, I spray painted 3 coats of the blue paint. Sadly, these were actually faux suede, but after all the paint and all the coats, it was just not faux suede anymore. Next, remove the masking tape, which I must say was pretty satisfying for me. And again, the masking tape didn't keep the edges from getting painted, so I touched that up with some more black paint. Then I covered the whole entire shoe with the satin acrylic finisher. While I left that to dry, I worked on the butterflies. Okay, sometimes it's really hard to tell what the products are from Amazon, so I didn't even know that these were plastic butterflies, but you know, I still use them anyways. You need to add a backing for the butterflies to slip through for the lace-up straps, so I cut out small strips of clear vinyl and attached it to the back using E6000 glue. The way that I did that was I added a small drop of glue to the back of one wing and I placed one end of the strip to it. Once that was dry, I added a drop to the back of the other wing and I pressed the other end of the strip onto that. I used clear tape to hold it in place while it dried. Carefully peel the tape off once it's ready, and now you can add the butterflies to your shoes. I attached one butterfly straight onto the center of the toe straps with some E6000 glue, and for the lace-up straps I just bent the wings a little so that they aren't super flat and I slipped them through. The heels did come out super cute, but I wish the butterflies were a little smaller so that I could add more because they're honestly kind of big. Okay, so on Dolls Kill, these are $88, which on sale is about $70 right now, I believe, and these cost me $58 to create, so I saved about $10 to $30 depending on how you look at it. But yeah, they are super cute and I love them so much that I might recreate them in pink or yellow. And for the last tutorial, we have these pink charm heels. For these heels, you'll need chunky heels that have transparent straps that are already attached. Mine are from Amazon that I got for $40. Pink leather paint or spray paint, or honestly even acrylic paint I'm sure you could use. A paintbrush, pliers, beaded chain, tiny cross and heart charms, masking tape, E6000 glue, white paint, yes, I'm using my primer again, leave me alone, and these pins called eye pins, or you can actually make your own with some pliers and wire. All you have to do is just make a mini hoop at the end. The first step is to mask off all the transparent straps because unlike the other heels where we can just retouch the black with the paint, they don't make invisible clear touch-up paint, okay? Once the straps are masked out, I cannot say masked out, oh my god, okay, tongue twister. Anyways, once you tape the straps, paint your shoe with a white base for your pink to really pop off of. Next, of course, paint your heels pink or whatever color you wanted to use. Again, I'm using the same paint order, which was first I do the inside of the heel, then I move to the side and the front, then do the toe, and then the back of the heel. I didn't mask off the bottom of the heel since I knew I was going to retouch it up anyway, so as you can see, it's super messy with the pink and the white paint everywhere, but again, I just used the black paint to make it a lot cleaner. I did about 2 white coats of paint and 3 coats of pink paint. Unfortunately, these heels were also faux suede and then they turned into like this weird texture after all the coats. Next, remove the masking tape and cover your heels with the acrylic satin finisher. While that's drying, I worked on the ankle strap. Okay, obviously it's leopard print and I need it to be clear, so I just decided to make my own clear strap. I cut a long strip of clear vinyl and cut the buckle from the original strap. I folded it in half and then I added a top stitch to the top and bottom edge. Then take any sharp pokey tool and poke a hole 1/2 inch from the end. This is going to be for your buckle. Thread the buckle through and poke the prong through that hole that you just made. Hand sew the end to the body of the strap. Next, place it around your ankle and make adjustable holes to the other end of the strap. And yes, okay, I really did place my whole leg on top of my table just to get the shot. Measure how much chain you'll need for the strap and then add glue to the top edge. Carefully place the chain on top of the glue and hold it in place for a few seconds just to set it. Let it dry for about 20 minutes before gluing down the rest of the chain. Then you can repeat to the bottom edge of the strap. To attach the hanging chain, you'll need 8 mini jump rings and 5 large jump rings. The large jump rings are for the chain, and I attached the center first, then I attached the ends, and then from there I played around with the other 2 jump rings just to see where I wanted the other points to be. So these were the charms that I used, and I mixed it between hearts and crosses. The tiny jump rings are used to attach the charms onto the hanging chain, and I placed them on the lowest point where the chain hangs. Once your heels are dry, you can add your beaded chain. First, measure out how much you need for the toe strap and then add glue to the top of the strap, focusing only on the center because we will do the sides later. Carefully add the chain to the glue. I actually used tape to hold it in place while it dried because the surface wasn't even and it was pretty slanted. Once the top is dry, repeat to the bottom edge. If your toe strap is wide enough, then feel free to add a 3rd row of chain like I did. To glue the sides, you need to tilt your heel to the side so that you have an even surface. I just propped it up against my little tape dispenser, and just like you did to the center of the strap, add some glue and then carefully place the remaining chain onto it. To add chains to the back of the heel, you need to add the eye pins. So I just used my pokey tool to poke a hole between the bottom edge and the body of the heel. Then I cut down the pin so that it's only 1/4 inch. Next, I dipped the end of the pin into my E6000 glue and pushed it into the hole. I added a second eye pin a little higher up, and then I repeated this to the other side of the heel. I honestly just eyeballed how much chain I needed or whatever looked good, and then I attached those to the eye pins. And lastly, just add some charms to the heel chains and you are finished. Okay, honestly, my thing is that I just wish the pink was a bit cooler. I feel like it was too much on the peachy tone for me. So unfortunately, with all the materials, these heels ended up costing me about $70 to create, and the Dolls Kill heels right now on sale are $70. So it literally was just as expensive. If I knew these would be in stock and would be on sale by the time I finished this video, I probably wouldn't have made these, and I probably would have just bought the actual ones from the Dolls Kill website because those are way cooler than mine. That concludes my DIY video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up, especially if you guys want to see me making more dupes of really expensive stuff. If you guys want to connect with me, all my socials are at @Nava except for TikTok, which is at the.Neva. I was gonna say Neva Rose. I could never say my TikTok handle. At the.Nava. Anyways, please stay safe, you guys. Stay healthy. Drink lots of fluids. I'm not a nurse. I'm not a doctor. Even though I'm Filipino, I pretty much should be in the medical field, but I'm not. I love you guys all so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.